Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads, and it's time for another super cool Cards to the Universe and Everything Top 10. And this one I'm sure you're going to love. It's the top 10 most cards, the most evil cards. So where's the word evil gone? It's the top 10 most evil cards. There we go. So let's go and have a look at the most evil cards in Q. Anyhow, I think they are. So at number 10, let's have a look. The first one out is Hand's Trap. 7 for 60 makes it at number 10, by the way, this one. Hand's Trap. I should know him. He's a great card. On the play, all cards except your Festive Tradition cards in both players' hand lose minus 30 this turn. And this card gains plus 60 permanently. Absolutely amazing card. I love Hand's Trap. Love the Festive Tradition decks as well. But Hand's Trap, definitely pretty evil. Definitely worthy to be in the charts. I did have him a little bit higher. But then as I shuffled the top 10 around a bit, I realised that maybe he definitely should have been number 10. But maybe he could have been a little bit higher. Anyhow, number 9, Arthur Lapluria. On the play, your opponent's cards in hand with 45 or more base power lose minus 30 power this turn and next turn. Pretty good. Paleontology, limited legendary card. Very, very evil. He works very well. He makes our most evil cards countdown at number 9. Cool card, that one. I like the picture. Okay, let's move on and have a look at number 8 in our top 10. Number 8 goes to The Boy Who Cried Wolf, a fairly new card. Well, about 6 months old now, I guess, this card. On the play, if you played The Boy Who Cried Wolf this game, this card gains plus 50 permanently and your opponent loses 100 power this turn. Really evil card. That's The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Another limited legendary card, that one. Makes our chart at number 8. Let's go and have a look then at number 7. Who will be number 1? That's the question I've got for you guys. Anyhow, number 7 is Indigo Milk Cup. A great card. On the draw, gain 25 until this card is returned to your deck. And on the return, if it's before round 2, turn 2, a random card in both players' hand locks permanently. How evil is that? And if it's after round 2, turn 2, a random card in both players' hands locks this round. I love Indigo. It works really well when you are playing an evil deck. There we go. Really cool picture as well on that one. Number 7 goes to Indigo Milk Cap. Number 6 in our top 10. Chrono Photographic Gun. Excuse me. I do like this one. Dead cheap to play. Fits in loads of decks. On the play, the card opposite this loses minus 100 power this turn. Really good. And the good thing with this one is you can aim it pretty well and aim it against some of those big hitting space cards or whatever you're playing against. So number 6, the Chrono Photographic Gun. So let's move on to number 5 in the most evil cards top 10. Number 5 goes to Longsword, another super evil card. 5 for 50, fairly new limited legendary card this one. On the play, if played in the middle slot between any 2 cards, your opponent loses minus 100 power this turn. And on the return, your weapons of choice cards, wherever they are, cost plus 4 until played. It is a weapons of choice card, so each time you play it, it costs an extra 4 energy to play. But Longsword, really, really evil. And again, it's just 100 power off your opponent's total score. Absolutely incredible card. Definitely worthy at number 5. Moving on to number 4. Here we go. The Grim Reaper Paradox. How evil do you want to be? Absolutely evil. On the draw, if it's round 1 or 2, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 32 this turn. And if it's round 3 or 4, your opponent's cards in hand lose minus 16 at this turn. And on round 5, your cards in hand lose minus 16 permanently. Absolutely amazing card. He is only an Epic Limited and definitely worthy of a top 10 spot. And I have got him at number 4. Quite a controversial chart, this one. I'm sure people have a few different ideas. Do let me know. There we go. Number 3, General Sherman. Good old General Sherman. Still sticking around, this card. 7 for 90. One of the oldest cards in the game. On the play, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, with 50 or more base power, lose minus 30 this round. And because it's for this round, that's why he's ranked so high. That's General Sherman. A really evil card. And he fits in pretty much any deck, really. He is very, very useful. That number 3. Moving on to number 2, of course it is Bobbit Worm, one of the greatest cards there ever was. 5 for 49, a limited legendary. A lot of people don't really know how to use this card, but if you build the right deck, and it is always a really evil deck, Bobbit Worm is absolutely phenomenal. Almost made number 1, to be honest, but couldn't knock off the number 1 card. What does he do? All cards, wherever they are, with 50 or more base power, lose minus 25 power until played. Fantastic. Bobbit Worm, probably in my top 5 cards of all time. So let's have a look at a few honourable mentions in the most evil cards. Cockatrice. On the return, opponent's random card in hand locks for 3 turns. That is really, really evil. And at 2 for 27, he's dead cheap to play. And because he's a life on land, you can put him in some of those horrible tiny decks. Well, not horrible, but evil, horrible decks. House on Haunted Hill, another cool card. On the start, your opponent's cards in hand lose -7 this turn. And on the return, your opponent loses -12 permanently. Pretty evil. And again, in the right deck, House on Haunted Hill is a phenomenal card. I do like that one. He's only an Epic Limited as well. Really good. Another honourable mention, Epidemiology. And why is he here? 20 for 20. Well, if you are playing an inflation deck, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, cost +1 until played, and your cards, wherever they are, gain 5 until played. In the right deck, absolutely amazing card. Makes an honourable mention in our most evil cards. Pretty evil, I think. Yellow Jacket, another long-term card, or an old-time card, I should say. On the start, your opponent's cards in hand lose -5 until played, and on the plane, your opponent's cards in hand lose -24 this turn. Absolutely amazing. Again, you can fit him in a life on land evil deck. He is really good, and you can hold him as long as you want. Praying Mantis. Everybody hates this. Another life on land card. On the draw, if you're losing the round, 2 of your opponent's random cards in hand lock this round. It is so evil. I hate playing against Praying Mantis. If you know how to use it, he is absolutely evil. I think we got a couple more. Yeah, Ace of Swords, another evil card. If played in the left slot, your cards in hand gain 25 until played. That's not very evil. But this bit is, if played in the right slot, your opponent's cards in hand lose -25 until played. Absolutely evilness there from the Ace of Swords. Good card. 7 for 20. Quite expensive to play, but definitely with the 2 options there, worthwhile. Death. You can't be evil without having death in your deck. Really cool. 4 for 40. Why is he in there? On the play, the card opposite this loses -50 this turn. So you can aim him pretty well. But the main reason he gets an honourable mention is because he pairs up with this next card, the Plague Doctor, one of the most evil cards in the whole game. There he is. On the return, if you've played any card with death in the name this game, your opponent loses 100 next turn, and you can be really super evil with the Plague Doctor. And what a cool picture that is. So those are our honourable mentions from our top 10 most evil cards. I'm sure, like I said, everybody's got a few different ideas, and I'm sure I've forgotten a couple of cards. So do let me know in the comments below. Number 1 then, can you guess? No surprise, Shinigami, definitely the most evil card in the whole game. On the play, if it's the 13th turn of the game or before, a random opponent card in play, loses -500 power this turn. And if it's the 13th turn of the game, you lose 500 power this turn. And the new bit on there, if you are holding it at the start, you lose -4 power permanently. But Shinigami still absolutely evil. If you are building an evil deck, then he is a nice card to put in for sure. Anyhow, that's our most evil top 10. Just to let you know, I put all those 18 cards, there's 18 cards in this video, I put them all into a deck and played it, and I'm going to upload that game because it's absolutely hilarious. And the deck is really, really evil. Anyhow, thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with some more top 10s. But in the meantime, take care. Bye.